In Mahabharata, Duryodhan, with the help of his uncle Shakuni, robbed the Pandavas of their rightful share of the kingdom in the game of dice, also called Chaucer. As a result of this, the Pandavas had to spend many years in the forest. While they were in the forest, Ved-Vyas came to visit the Pandavas. Ved-Vyas told them that they should pray to Lord Shiva, but since Arjun was the best suited amongst the Pandavas for worshipping Lord Shiva, Ved-Vyas taught Arjun a special mantra. Then he asked Arjun to go to Mount Indrakila and pray to Shiva there. Mount Indrakila was on the banks of the river Bhagirathi. Arjun went to Mount Indrakila. He made a shivling out of clay and started to pray to Lord Shiva. The news of Arjun's wonderful tapasya spread everywhere. Arjun stood on one leg and continually chanted the mantra that Ved-Vyas had taught him. One day, suddenly, Arjun saw a boar running towards him. Arjun thought that this fierce boar might have come to distract him from his tapasya. Alternatively, it might be a relative of several demons that he had killed and therefore might wish him harm. Thinking this, Arjun picked up his bow and arrow and let fly an arrow at the boar. Meanwhile, Lord Shiva had decided to subject Arjun to a test, and he had also arrived at the spot disguised as a hunter. This form of Shiva is often referred to as Kirat avatar. To know about the various avatars of Lord Shiva, watch the video linked above. When Arjun shot an arrow at the boar, so did Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva's arrow struck the boar in its hind side, whereas Arjun's arrow struck the boar in its mouth. The boar fell down dead. A dispute started between Arjun and the hunter about who had killed the boar first. Each claimed a victory for his own. An argument broke out and Arjun challenged Shiva for a duel. But whatever weapons were hurled by Lord Shiva were easily repelled by Arjuna's weapons. When all the weapons were exhausted, the two started to wrestle. After the fight had gone for a while, Lord Shiva gave up his disguise of a hunter and displayed his true form to Arjun. Arjun was ashamed that he had been fighting with the very person to whom he had been praying. Arjun also realized that only Lord Shiva could be a better archer than him. "Please forgive me," said Arjun. Shiva accepted Arjun's apologies and confronted that he had come there to test his skills. He then asked Arjun what he wanted from him. Arjun wanted the boon that he might obtain glory on earth. He said, "O Lord, if you are pleased with me, then I humbly ask you to bestow upon me your irresistible personal weapon, known as the Pashupat. You destroyed the universe with this weapon at the end of creation, and with it I may be victorious over Rakshasas, Danavas, Gandharvas, Nagas, ghosts and spirits. It will enable me to emerge successfully from the battle I shall fight against Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and the son of Sooth, Karn." Lord Shiva replied, "O son of Kunti, I will give you this weapon. You are capable of holding, throwing, and withdrawing it. Not even Indra, Yama, Kuver, or Varun knows the mantras to this weapon. What to speak of any man? However, you must use it only against celestial fighters. The Pashupat should never be released at lesser enemies, or else it may destroy the creation. This weapon is discharged by the mind, eyes, words, or a bow. No one in the three worlds of moving or non-moving creatures can withstand its force." Arjun then bathed for purification and stood before Shiva to receive the mantras. Then the god gave his weapon to Arjun. When the celestials saw the fearful weapon standing in its embodied form by Arjuna's side, the earth trembled, the terrible winds blew in all directions. Thousands of conches and trumpets were heard resounding in the sky. This was such a divine weapon that its possession made Arjun invincible.